Ever been handed a one-way ticket to Ignorville by someone you're head over heels about? Not the most joyous ride, is it? Feels like being stuck in a labyrinth of puzzlement and letdowns, wrestling a bear named What Did I Do Wrong? However, don't hit the panic just yet or let annoyance claim the throne. After all, it's not like you're being asked to solve the Da Vinci Code. Today we're about to transform into love detectives, investigating practical tactics to handle such love riddles without losing your cool or your sanity. This isn't Armageddon, it's just a detour on the highway of love. So stick with us as we unravel the secret guide to not losing your marbles when ignored by your apple of the eye. All right, folks, we all know that laughter is the best medicine, right? Well, let's inject some humor into this rather gloomy scenario. Picture this, there's this universally relatable meme, a guy texting his crush with an excited look on his face, and then it cuts to him waiting by the phone with a skeleton face, cobwebs around him, a calendar in the background, flipping through decades. The caption reads, "Still waiting for that text back." Sounds familiar, doesn't it? I bet it does. And here's a little joke for you. Why did the phone go to therapy? Because it suffered from too many unread messages. This is the funny yet sad reality of the Ignorville we're stuck in. But hey, remember, it's not the end of the world, just a minor hiccup in the grand scheme of things. So let's chuckle at our shared misery, dust off the cobwebs, and move on to the next step. Because the only thing worse than being ignored is losing your sense of humor over it. So let's keep the laughter rolling and the spirit high as we dive deeper into the labyrinth. All right, first things first, don't panic. Don't start flailing your arms around like a headless chicken. Relax, take a deep breath, and if you find a yoga pose that helps, by all means, break it out. It's important to understand that this tip is as crucial as finding the perfect avocado at the grocery store. A tough feat, right? Keeping your cool, especially during times of crisis, like when you can't find your favorite socks, is extremely important. Our mental state plays a big part in every situation, you know. It can either act as the hero, diffusing the ticking stress bomb, or it can be the villain, exacerbating the situation, like adding fuel to a fire, leading to a chain reaction of fear or anxiety. And trust me, nobody wants to be in a thriller movie in real life. Hence, it is absolutely necessary, like getting that morning coffee, for us to maintain a level-headed approach. Keep your thoughts as clear as a summer sky, maintain your poise like a cat ready to pounce, stay grounded like the roots of a tree. It's better to assess the situation critically than impulsively, like deciding whether to binge watch another season or be irresponsible. Don't let your emotions cloud your judgment. It's like letting a kid loose in a candy store, never ends well. Avoid jumping to conclusions or making hasty decisions. They're like untied shoelaces. We all know how that ends. So keep your cool, think things through, and remember, don't be the running chicken without its head. Next up is the no contact zone. Sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie, doesn't it? You might be thinking, now wait a minute, how is that even going to work? Well, my friend, it's as paradoxical as pineapple on pizza. This approach might seem as outlandish as wearing socks with sandals, but it can often bring about results as surprising as finding an extra fry at the bottom bag. The concept is as simple as a knock-knock joke, even though it might sound as unsettling as a mysterious thump in the middle of the night. The idea is that by deliberately creating some distance, you're setting the stage for a major plot twist of reevaluation and introspection. It's like giving the other person a vacation from you, a chance to experience what life's like without your charming self around, and who they might find themselves missing you more than a squirrel misses its acorns in winter. It's like putting into practice the good old saying, absence makes the heart grow fonder. And who knew? This saying holds true not only for lovebirds, but in all types of relationships. It's as universal as the annoyance of stepping on a Lego piece. And remember, this no contact period isn't just for them. It's your much-deserved break too. It's like a spa day for your emotions, a chance to recharge, regroup, and reassess. So put on your metaphorical slippers, take a step back, and give both of you some well-deserved breathing room. You might be scratching your head right now thinking, what's the next step? Do I just twiddle my thumbs until the end of time? Not on my watch. Once a certain era of radio silence, potentially spanning several weeks, goes by, the next level of the game unlocks. This is when you make your move. But it's not a time for storming the castle. It's more like sneaking a cookie out of the cookie jar. The art of your approach is key. It should be as unobtrusive as a ninja, but as captivating as a plate of freshly baked cookies. It's to tickle their curiosity than poking it with a stick. Crafting your message needs as much care as assembling a piece of IKEA furniture. A perfect start could be a text as light as a feather, or maybe a casual chit-chat launched at just the right moment. At this point, our protagonist decides to send a fun, lighthearted text. I can't decide if I need a hug, a large coffee, or 2 weeks of sleep. What's your pick? This humorous and relatable text sparks a positive conversation, opening the door for further interaction. The tone of your communication to be as smooth as butter, yet as genuine as grandma's apple pie, nudging for a response rather than strong-arming it. It's all about walking the tightrope with a smile, so channel your inner Mr. Media, people, vertical bar, relationship communication. Woman waving hello on a video call, woman high-fiving in a casual setting. Woman giving a thumbs up in response to a message note. The specified funny meme has been added to the scene, making it more female-focused. Media 5. Rogers, and continue this laid-back chat. Keep it as simple and friendly as a game of hopscotch. Remember, balance is the secret ingredient to our communication stew. Imagine you're diving into the ocean of dialogue, and balance is your life jacket. Once you've done a cannonball and initiated the first splash of contact, the next challenge is to keep a balanced rhythm, or else you might find yourself in choppy waters. Now, we're not suggesting you to shower them with a monsoon of texts and calls, turning into a conversational hurricane on one extreme. And certainly, the other extreme isn't going into hibernation, transforming into a mute monk. Nope, that's not it. Instead, the challenge is to become the Goldilocks of conversation, finding that just right middle ground. This sweet spot is where you can encourage a natural back and forth like a well-executed game of ping pong. This method of balanced banter isn't just about avoiding stumbling your words or stepping on conversational landmines. It's about not coming across as too desperate or overly assertive, like a car salesman on a double espresso shot. This balanced approach will prevent you from transforming into a communication Hulk, keeping things smooth and enjoyable, which is always the most productive way to go. So to summarize, consider this scenario: a couple sharing a relaxing moment over coffee and engaging in a friendly conversation. This paints a perfect picture of the balance achieved when you handle someone who was previously ignoring you, utilizing our 3-step method. Envision the man calmly savoring his coffee, representing the first step of keeping emotions in check and in refraining from hasty conclusions as if he's just another participant in a fast-paced quiz with only 30 seconds on the clock. Then imagine them sitting in silence for a moment like they're hitting the pause button, representing the second step of initiating a period of no contact to create space, similar to critics assessing a movie at a festival. Lastly, witness their conversation resume, light and friendly. The third step of gradually reaching out with non-threatening and engaging communication, as easy as stirring sugar into coffee. Gentle and pleasant. It's important to keep the conversation balanced so that it doesn't overwhelm the other, like not insisting on a full movie marathon when only one movie was agreed upon. Note that every situation is like a unique film script, and these strategies may need adjustment based on your specific storyline. The key aspect here is to preserve your dignity and not let the other person's affect your self-worth. Essentially, value isn't like a Hollywood film that bombs just because someone failed to see its magnificence. Use these film-related analogies as a guide to better navigate situations where you feel like you're a rom-com in a world that favors action movies. After all, your worth doesn't plummet to a box office flop because of someone's inability to see your value. In this great film of life, you are the main character, the director, and the scriptwriter. You get to decide your own worth, independent of the audience's perception. If you're facing a situation where you feel ignored, remember these strategies and think about that peaceful coffee scene. Bring that calmness into your real-life interactions. Thank you so much for watching. We hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more content like this. Remember, you're not alone in this. We're here to help. Your story is important, your feelings are valid, and your worth is immeasurable. Stay strong, keep smiling, and never forget that your script is yours to write. You're not just a character in someone else's film, but the star of your own blockbuster.